Today we'll be starting chapter 7, Life in the Deserts. In chapter 5, you have seen that water means life to plants, animals, and people. It is difficult for anyone to live in places where there is no water to drink, where there is no grass for the cattle to feed on, and where there is no water to help the crops to grow. We will now learn about the places in the world where people have learned to cope with extreme harsh temperatures. In some places, as hot as fire and some as cold as ice. These are the desert areas of the world. These are characterized by low rainfall, scanty vegetation, and extreme temperatures. Depending on the temperatures, there can be hot deserts or cold deserts. The people inhabit these lands wherever little water is available to practice agriculture. Now, before proceeding to the next topic, let's read this yellow box on the right, the definition of desert, and you have to learn this definition. So, desert. It is an arid region characterized by extremely high or low temperatures and has scarce vegetation. Here, children, arid means empty. Okay, so it is an empty region, right? Let's repeat the definition once again so it will be easy for you to learn. Desert. It is an arid region characterized by extremely high or low temperatures and has scarce vegetation. Now, the next topic, the hot desert Sahara. Look at the map of the world and the continent of Africa. Locate the Sahara Desert covering a large part of North Africa. So, you will locate Sahara Desert in North Africa. Okay, it is the world's largest desert. It has an area of around 8.54 million square kilometer. Do you recall that India has an area of 3.28 million square kilometer? The Sahara Desert touches 11 countries. So what these 11 countries are? Let's read. These are Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger, Sudan, Tunisia, and Western Sahara. You have to learn all these 11 countries. It's an important question. So let's repeat. These 11 countries are Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger, Sudan, Tunisia, and Western Sahara. Here you can see the picture of Sahara Desert, figure 7.1. Now, when you think of a desert, that picture that immediately comes to your mind is that of sand, and we can easily see the picture of sand here. Okay, but beside the vast stretches of sands that Sahara Desert is covered with, there are also gravel plains and elevated plateaus with bare rocky surface. These rocky surfaces may be more than 2,500-meter high at some places. Now, before proceeding to the next topic, climate, let's read this blue box on the left hand side. Do you know box? You will be surprised to know that present day Sahara once used to be a lush green plain. Cave paintings in Sahara Desert show that there used to be rivers with crocodiles, elephants, lions, giraffes, ostriches, sheep, cattle, and goats were common animals. But the change in climate has changed it to a very hot and dry region. Then another do you know box? Al Azizia in the Sahara Desert south of Tripoli, Libya recorded the highest temperature of 57.7 degrees Celsius in 1922. This is also an important question, so you have to learn it, okay? This one. Now the next topic, climate. The climate of the Sahara Desert is scorching hot and parched dry. It has a short rainy season. So because of desert, it receives very less rainfall. So it has a short rainy season. The sky is cloudless and clear. Here the moisture evaporates faster than it accumulates. Days are unbelievingly hot. The temperatures during the day may soar as high as 50 degrees Celsius, heating up the sand and bare rocks, which in turn radiates heat, making everything around hot. The nights may be freezing cold with temperatures nearing 0 degrees. Now, flora and fauna. Vegetation in the Sahara Desert includes cactus, date palms, and acacia. In some places, there are oases. Oases are the places where you will find water and there is vegetation around. Okay, so in some places, there are oases. Green islands with date palms surrounding them. Okay, camels, hyenas, jackals, foxes, scorpions, Many varieties of snakes and lizards are the prominent animal species living there. So you have to learn about the climate as well and then about the flora and fauna as well. These all are important questions. Then another do you know box. This one. Scientists have actually found skeletons of fish in this desert. What could have happened? Maybe the fishes might have died because of lack of water where the rivers dried up. The fishes may have died and because of the scorching heat as well. Okay? And because we have already studied that the climate was changing, that is why this may have happened. Now the people of the Sahara Desert. See here you can see in figure 7.3 oasis. This is the oasis, a green area and then date palms around it. Okay. Now people, the Sahara Desert despite its harsh climate has been inhabited by various groups of people who pursue different activities. Among them are the Bedouins and Tuaregs. These groups are nomadic tribes. Who are nomadic people? Nomadic people are the people who move from place to place. So these groups are nomadic tribes, rearing livestock such as goats, sheep, camels, and horses. These animals provide them with milk, hides from which they make leather for belts, slippers, water bottles, hair is used for mats, carpets, clothes, and blankets. They wear heavy robes as protection against dust storms and hot winds. The oases in the Sahara and the Nile Valley in Egypt support settled population. Since water is available, the people grow date palms. Crops such as rice, wheat, barley, and beans are also grown here. So you have to learn these about these crops as well. This is also an important question. Crops such as rice, wheat, barley, and beans are also grown here in Sahara Desert. Then Egyptian cotton, famous worldwide, is grown in Egypt. The discovery of oil, a product in great demand throughout the world. In Algeria, Libya, and Egypt is constantly transforming the Sahara Desert. Other minerals of importance that are found in the area include iron, phosphorus, manganese, and uranium. Okay, so you can underline this as well. This is also important. Then, the cultural landscape of the Sahara is undergoing change. Gleaming glass cased office buildings tower over mosques, and superhighways crisscross the ancient camel paths. Trucks are replacing camels in the salt trade. Tuaregs are seen acting as guides to foreign tourists. More and more nomadic herdsmen are taking to city life, finding jobs in oil and gas operations. Now, before moving to the next page, let's read this another do you know box, the blue box on the right. Depressions are formed when the wind blows away the sands. In the depressions, so depression is another name of gadda in Hindi, okay? So in the depressions, the underground water reaches the surface and oasis is formed. These areas are fertile. People may settle around these water bodies and grow date palms and other crops. Sometimes the oasis may be abnormally large. Tafila-Let Oasis in Morocco is a large oasis with an area of about 13,000 square kilometer. So you should learn this name, Tafila-Let, and the spelling as well. This is also important. Now the next topic, the cold desert Ladakh. Ladakh is a cold desert lying in the Great Himalayas on the eastern side of Jammu and Kashmir. So you will find Ladakh in India, okay? And it is a cold desert lying in the Great Himalayas on the eastern side of Jammu and Kashmir. The Karakoram range in the north and the Zanskar mountains in the south enclose it. Okay? Several rivers flow through Ladakh, Indus being the most important among them. The rivers form deep valleys and gorges. Several glaciers are found in Ladakh, for example, the Gangri Glacier. So you have to read about the mountains, the Karakoram range in the north and Zanskar mountains in the south enclose it. This is also important. Then Indus being the most important river is also very important here. The rivers form deep valleys and gorges. Several glaciers are found in Ladakh, for example, the Gangri Glacier. The altitude in Ladakh varies from about 3,000 meters in Kargil to more than 8,000 meters in the Karakoram. Due to its high altitude, the climate is extremely cold and dry. The air at this altitude is so thin that the heat of the sun can be felt intensely. The day temperatures in summer are just above 0 degree and the night temperatures well below minus 30 degrees Celsius. It is freezing cold in the winters when the temperatures may remain below minus 40 degrees Celsius for most of the time. Now, as it lies in the rain shadow of the Himalayas, there is little rainfall, as low as 10 centimeter every year. That is why it is known as a desert, because it receives very less rainfall. The area experiences freezing winds and burning hot sunlight. Okay, so the area experiences freezing winds and burning hot sunlight. You will be surprised to know that if you sit in the sun with the feet in the shade, you may suffer from both sunstroke and frostbite at the same time. Okay, so now proceeding to the next topic, flora and fauna. Let's come back to our last page and read the purple box, word origin, and the blue box, do you know box, on the left hand side. So word origin. Ladakh is made up of two words, La meaning mountain, Pass and Dak meaning country. Okay. Then do you know box? Dras. One of the coldest inhabited places on earth is located in Ladakh. And then another do you know box on the next page now. On the right hand side. Ladakh is also known as Khapachan, which means snowland. Fine. Now our next topic. Flora and fauna. Due to high aridity, the vegetation is sparse. There are scanty patches of grasses and shrubs for animals to graze. Groves of willows and poplars are seen in the valleys. During the summers, fruit trees such as apples, apricots, and walnuts bloom. Several species of birds are sighted in Ladakh. Robins, redstarts, Tibetan snowcock, raven, and hoopoe are common. Hoopoe. Okay, it will be hoopoe are common. So let's repeat the names of the birds. Robins, redstarts, Tibetan snowcock, raven, and hoopoe. Okay. Now some of them are migratory birds. Migratory birds means they will migrate in another season, like in winters, to some other place. Right? Now here I'm here. The animals of Ladakh are wild goats, wild sheep, yak, and special kinds of dogs. The animals are reared to provide for the milk, meat, and hides. Yak's milk is used to make cheese and butter. The hair of the sheep and goat is used to make woolens. Now another do you know box on the right hand side. The chiru or the Tibetan antelope is an endangered species. It is hunted for its wool, known as shahatush, which is light in weight and extremely warm. Then another do you know box. The finest cricket bats are made from the wood of the willow trees. Now the next topic, people. Do you find any resemblance between the people of Ladakh and the inhabitants of Tibet and Central Asia? The people here are either Muslims or Buddhists. In fact, several Buddhist monasteries dot the Ladakhi landscape with their traditional gompas. Some famous monasteries are Hemis, Thikse, She, and Lama Yuru. Let's repeat, this is also important. The famous monasteries in Ladakh are Hemis, Thikse, She, and Lama Yuru. In summer season, the people are busy cultivating barley, potatoes, peas, beans, and turnip. The climate in winter months is so harsh that people keep themselves engaged in festivities and ceremonies. The women are very hardworking. They work not only in the house and fields but also manage small businesses and shops. Leh, the capital of Ladakh, is well connected both by road and air. So this is also an important question. The capital of Ladakh will be Leh. The National Highway 1 connects Leh to Kashmir Valley through the Zozila Pass. Okay, so you can underline this also. Here you will find Zozila Pass. Now can you name some more passes in the Himalayas? You can find the answer to this. Okay, and see this figure 7.5, Thikse Monastery. This is a picture of Thikse Monastery. Now next page. Tourism is a major activity with several tourists streaming in from within India and abroad. Visits to the Gompas, treks to see the meadows and glaciers, witnessing ceremonies and festivities are important activities. Life of the people is undergoing change due to modernization, but the people of Ladakh have over the centuries learned to live in balance and harmony with nature. Due to scarcity of resources like water and fuel, they are used with reverence and care. Nothing is discarded or wasted. So you can see this figure of 7.6. This is Ladakhi women in traditional dress. And now this do you know box on the left hand side? Manali Leh highway crosses four passes: Rohtangla Pass, Baralachala Pass, Lunga Pass, and Tanglangla Pass. The highway opens only between July and September when snow is cleared from the road. And see here you can see the picture of Baralachala Pass. Okay. So here we come to the end of this chapter. Thank you. Have a good day.